Let's go to Rahman from Minneapolis. Welcome back to the program. What's going on?
Thank you, David. How's your day going today?
It's going well.
Yeah, my first question is how would you compare Donald Trump to past Republican leaders like Richard Nixon, Reagan, Bush, and how they conducted business in this country and their scandals?
Well, I think that Trump has done, I mean, listen, compared to most of the people you listed, all of them, Trump has had way more wrongdoing that he's engaged in than any of them. I think the difference is Trump has had the benefits of the right wing media machine, including Fox News and Newsmax and right wing media and defenders to the death on social media and on and on and on. But I think that look at the list of all the things that Donald Trump has done. Look at all the criminal investigations that he's under right now. So I think that Trump is worse in terms of misdeeds. I think Trump's dumber than most of them. I mean, Nixon was a horrible person, but he was quite smart. Reagan, was no genius, but he was relatively smart. Bush was kind of like when it started with the whole kind of dim thing. But again, Bush seems like a Mensa member compared to Trump. So I think that Trump is also particularly just dumb in a very superficial way.
Yeah, what I believe is that if with Nixon, he didn't have the right wing media back then. If he did, I don't think he would have been impeached.
Right.
And then with Reagan, I feel like with Donald Trump, he's essentially taken every bad part of each of those presidents. Like with Reagan, he had the Iran Contra scandal. With Nixon was Watergate, and with Bush, it was about lying about WMDs and torturing people.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think you're spot on that had Nixon had the benefit of this right-wing media machine that was defending everything he said all the time, constantly, it is quite possible that public opinion among Republicans would not have shifted. Republicans would not have gone to Nixon and said, listen, if you don't resign, we're going to have to impeach you. And that it could have actually saved Nixon. And so that the really scary thing there is more about Trump did enough horrible things that were it not for the right-wing media apparatus, Trump might have had to resign. Trump in the 70s might have had to resign. And that really puts a big spotlight for the horrible, destructive nature of right-wing media. And we should not forget that.
Yeah. Second question before I go. This is very quick.
Sure.
With a lot of people going against progressives, I'm like, progressives, all they want to do is make people's lives better, like versus centrists versus right wing versus people in the right wing. Left progressives, all they really want to do is make people's lives better. So why are so many people going against them, even though the only thing they care about is making everybody have the same equal footing in this country?
Yeah, no, I completely agree with your perspective. And the counterpoint is the right would say, no, 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 listen, as the government, what we want the government doing is not making people lives better. It's letting people live the life they want to live. And if some people don't want a better life, then we should allow them to do it. It's a nanny state that forces themselves upon you. That's the way that the right would approach it.
Yeah, but when Republicans talk about small government and staying out of people's lives,
Yeah,
they're actually lying to people. With progressives,
of course.
they actually want to stay out of people's lives and make people's lives better. That's all they really want to do.
I agree with you. I agree with you completely. But good luck convincing a Republican of that.
All right.
All right,
Thank you for the call,
Rahman from
David.
Minneapolis. Great to hear from you again. Very much appreciated. Let's go to Alex from Baltimore. Alex, welcome back to the program. Hello?
Hey, David, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right. Real quick, I wanted to say congrats on the baby. It's been a little while. How
Thank
much
you.
has your espresso budget increased since then?
It really hasn't changed dramatically, I have to tell you, because, one of the things I hate to admit this, but with my particular espresso machine, I am much better at getting a double shot just right than a single. So often what I do, and I know it's wasteful, but at the end of the day, it's just water. Even if I only want a single shot, I'm usually making a double and then just dumping the second shot that I don't want. So all that I've really been doing sometimes is just having the second shot. So it hasn't really changed the budget.
Well, lucky you.
Yeah. No, why is that surprising?
Well, just with our child, it was a lot rough goings the first few months with sleep, so I definitely had lots of red eyes and extra
Oh,
coffee and all that stuff.
listen, it's rough, but it's like, how much coffee am I really going to have?
That's fair. I was just playing around. All right,
I
my
mean, I
real
guess a lot
question
is
now.
the answer. Who knows?
Yeah, fair enough. Real question.
Yeah.
So I had something about eliminating the filibuster. So I'm not against it in principle or anything,
Okay.
but I do wonder, like, if we just got rid of it, period. Like, for example, Trump's first 2 years in office, wouldn't they have just been able to just pass all sorts of crazy, horrible stuff? And how would we stop that without the filibuster? And or is that just a risk we have to take to get stuff done now?
Yeah, unfortunately, listen, the retrospective stuff I think is fine. It's like, well, listen, if we only needed 51 instead of 60 on this, then it might have passed or whatever. The problem is that usually when people talk about that, you're going backwards only a very narrow amount of time. And also, so what you have to think about is imagine that the filibuster had been previously done away with, and then think about all of the things Republicans would have been able to pass when they had the opportunity. And also, if Democrats did away with the filibuster now, think about what that would mean for Republicans and what they're willing to do at some future point. So I think that's all fine. I really do think the right way to think about the filibuster is less about what could we have done during this narrow window, but what might they do? It should just be, listen, at its core, are there certain things where there should be 60 votes in favor, or should everything just be 51? I actually think we need to just be honest about how it needs to be organized. Are there things where we should have even more support than that because they are so significant and impactful to American life? I don't pretend to know the answer, but I think the best way to think about this is less about we could have done this if we had gotten rid of the filibuster in January of 2020. I don't know. I mean, yes, we can play that game, but it really is about, does it make sense that in this country you need a simple majority, or are there certain things where you actually should have a 60% majority or even greater, and to start with that rather than just the politics of it, if that makes sense?
Yeah, no, I get that. I would just personally, I would say split the difference and make it 55. That's just my personal take. Take it or leave it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's a matter. There's no right answer. It's like, so you could have someone who says, I think anything that has to do with taxes should have 57 votes, and anything with health care should have 55, and anything with budget should be 50. Everybody will have a different opinion, and I don't know that there's any right or wrong necessarily, but fundamentally, that's the philosophical question that this is all about.
Right. I just want to hear your take. I appreciate it.
All right, Alex from Baltimore,
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Let's go next to Jojo from California. Jojo, welcome to the show. What's on your mind? Jojo from California, what's on your mind? Jojo from California, your turn to speak. You're unmuted. You're on. You can speak now. All right, Jojo from California, clearly having apparently some kind of technical issues of various kinds. Jojo, I'm sorry that we are not going to be able to speak, but there is some kind of technical problem happening. Jojo, you're muted yourself. Jojo, are you back now? No. All right. Well, Jojo's gone. Let's go to Chris. Chris, welcome to the program. What's on your mind?
I think I'm missing another.
Chris, you're on the program. What's going on?
So what?
You're live right now.
Is that one that?
Chris, you're live. This is
this
David
one right here?
Pakman. Welcome.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Chris, you're on the air right now and we can hear you. Go on, my friend.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sitting here listening. I'm at work right now. My guy.
Yeah, I'm talking to you, Chris.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm at work right now. I can't talk. I was just listening in.
Oh, all right. Okay. Work's going okay for you?
Yeah, I apologize.
No. I
Just saying
apologize.
today.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a manager at a beer distributor.
Really?
Yeah,
What's going on with the beer world these days?
it's hectic. There's a lot of IPAs coming out.
Is it just an IPA fiasco these days?
Yeah, like right now I got a case in here that's worth $120 for 24 beers.
Oh my goodness. What country is that from?
No, it's a local beer. I'm right outside of Philadelphia.
Oh my
How's my boy
God.
Jimmy from Philly doing?
Sorry, what was that? Billy?
I said, how's my boy Jimmy from Philly doing?
I have no idea.
Yeah, you haven't been playing any of his voicemails lately.
We haven't been getting any.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh. Concerning. But
Well,
I need to
Chris,
let you go
listen.
and take care of this.
A pleasure having you on. All right, my friend?
Thank you, my guy.
All right. There is Chris from Pennsylvania. And I think we got to call it quits when we're ahead, folks. So we are going to do it for calls for the week. We will speak to more people next week. We'll take a quick break and then get to your emails and many more things. Quick break and back after this.